IShowSpeed is getting a Ghanaian passport. The Minister of Foreign Affairs in Ghana, Honorable Kudeto Ablakwa, has revealed that he had a discussion with Ghanaian YouTuber Wode Maya about getting IShowSpeed a Ghanaian passport. And so, following that discussion, he is going to definitely get IShowSpeed a Ghanaian passport. So, I want to commend Wode Maya for flagging this issue for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I want to commend the Minister of Foreign Affairs for acting swiftly on getting IShowSpeed a Ghanaian passport. And I'm going to support all this with facts and stats. My name is Senebi Tony. I'm a Ghanaian writer who lives in the US. On this channel, I talk about geopolitics and trade from the perspective of an African. And so if you like intellectual conversations, subscribe to this channel. Now, let's get into some data and then try to break down the data with some verified information. So in 2018, 980,000 people visited Ghana, making Ghana the 7th most visited country in Africa. Good numbers, but in 2019, something happened that changed the trajectory of Ghana tourism for the better. Actually, the Ghana Tourism Board decided to organize the Year of Return in a commemoration of 400 years since slavery started. And so the Ghana Tourism Board contacted the president of Ghana at the time, Akufo-Addo, to, be a speaker at the launch of the Year of Return. And Akufo-Addo, while he was speaking with the Ghana Tourism Board about what they were looking to do, he told the Ghana Tourism Board that, yo, this is a good move. It is not going to be a Ghana Tourism Board initiative. It is going to be a presidential initiative. That is how Year of Return went from a tourism event, like any other tourism event, we have Panafest and the rest, to a national event sponsored by the president of Ghana. So in 2019, Ghana spent $3.5 million on the Year of Return organization. And how did that benefit Ghana? In 2025, 2 million people visited Ghana. Ghana is now the 5th most visited country in Africa. So we doubled our tourism numbers in about 5 years just because we decided to do an initiative as a country. And even bigger than that, IShowSpeed was in Ghana on Monday. IShowSpeed have 50 million subscribers on YouTube. His stream from Ghana on YouTube, as it stands now, have almost 5 million views, which means that 5 million people saw IShowSpeed portray Ghana in the positive light. Those are numbers you can't buy. You know what? Ghana, aside the $3.5 million that we spent to organize Year of Return, every year Ghana spends millions of dollars to project our country as a tourism destination. And it has had positive impacts, like tourism numbers keep going up. But we need more. We are now 5th. What if Ghana becomes number 1? Morocco is now the number 1 tourism destination in Africa. And last year like this, there was an 8% increase in people coming to Africa for tourism. 11% increase in people going to North Africa for tourism. Why? Morocco's initiative on tourism drove up tourism numbers for Morocco. And that is what Ghana is trying to head as a country. So what the Minister of Foreign Affairs is doing is not just vibes. It is a strategic national initiative, just like what Akufo-Addo did in 2018, 2019. And this is even bigger because now, as it stands now today, as we are speaking, 10% of global GDP is in tourism. About $11 trillion is spent yearly in tourism. People having fun is big business. So IShowSpeed projecting Ghana as a positive tourism destination means that some of the $11 billion people are spending on tourism around the world will come to Ghana. That is good for our country in so many ways. And let's go back to the stats. In last year, right, IMF put out some numbers on Ghana's economy, and they were talking about how Ghana's economic growth in 2025 was driven by the youth. Yeah, and they mentioned two things the youth were doing in 2025 to drive up our economy as a country. And tourism and tech were top two on the things Ghanaian youth were doing to drive up our economy. They called it tourism-based entrepreneurship and then tech-based entrepreneurship. And both of these two things work together because if more and more people visit Ghana from other countries, it's going to be people with money. People with money travel. So it's going to be people with money who will visit Ghana. And if you come to Ghana, you have conversation with people, they like what you're talking about, they invest in your country. That is the idea. You know, tourism is not just about just people having fun. It's also about people falling in love with your country and spending money in your country. Government tries to do things. Government tries to create jobs. Government tries to hold inflation. But when it comes to growing our economy as a country, it takes we the people to do it. And we the people don't have the money. So usually people coming in into our country with money helps our country to grow. So yeah, this is a good move because what it's going to do is that it's going to make IShowSpeed feel loved by Ghana, which means that he said on his stream that he wants to buy a house in Ghana. Having a Ghanaian passport is going to encourage him to buy a house in Ghana. And if he owns a house in Ghana, he wants to come to Ghana more. And anytime he comes to Ghana, he's going to stream from Ghana to his 50 million subscribers on YouTube. He has other thousands and millions of subscribers on Twitch and other platforms. You understand? So this is a strategic economic move made by Ghana's foreign affairs minister, you know, encouraged by Wode Maya. And I thought that it is a good initiative. That is why I am highlighting this for you. All right. My name is Senabi Tony. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. On Thursday, I'm going to post another video on IShowSpeed's trip to Africa. We will delve into some math, how much he spent, all those things. And then we'll also talk about how much what IShowSpeed gave to Africa when he came here. Those are two different separations. So I'm going to do two different videos on that move. All right. So subscribe if you are interested in knowing more about that in future. I'll talk to you later.